Good evening. Welcome to the June 8th meeting of the City Council, Aiken City Council. As we get started, we would like to take a moment of silence for Larry Ogletree, a long-serving chair of the Board of Zoning Appeals, who passed away in May. Thank you. If you're inclined, well, you already are risen, so we will have the invocation. Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, send down upon those who hold office in the city of Aiken the spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice, that with steadfast purpose they may faithfully serve in their offices to promote the well-being of all people. In your name we pray. Amen. Chief, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As the meeting begins, I'll review the guidelines. Meetings are public forums in which many opinions are expressed and the business of the city must be conducted. As such, discipline, honorable, and professional decorum is paramount. Courteous and respectful communication is required. During public meetings, all questions and statements from the public shall be directed to the chair. If you wish to speak, raise your hand and I will recognize you. Please approach the podium and state your name and address. Just in a little bit. Not right now. Thank you. There's somebody going. In order to allow an opportunity for everyone who wishes to address council, speakers should limit their comments to the subject being discussed. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes to address an issue and may only address an issue once unless questions from council are opposed to the speaker. During the non-agenda public comment section, each speaker has 3 minutes and can only speak once. I have an announcement to make. Council and staff have heard some speculation in the community and online regarding the potential location for a Salvation Army Resource Center. We would like to share these 2 points for clarification regarding this issue. First, Salvation Army leadership confirmed with city staff just this morning that it has not settled on a location for their resource center. Neither the local Salvation Army nor the regional Salvation Army organization have confirmed a parcel for this potential building. Secondly, the city has not encouraged the Salvation Army to sell its property on Park Avenue, so it can be redeveloped into housing or for any other use. Thank you. We now move to additions and deletions to the agenda. I recognize Mayor Pro Tem Cabral for this agenda item.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone. We're glad to see you here. Madam Mayor, I don't have any deletions or additions, so with that, I will move that we accept the agenda as it was printed.
Thank you. So she's already made the motion. I need a second, please.
I so move.
Councilwoman Diggs. All those in favor, please. Thank you. It's unanimous. The minutes were provided to council for review prior to the meeting. Is there a motion for approval of the minutes? Thank you. Councilwoman Price made the motion, and a second from...
I'll second, Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman Brohl. Are there any comments or changes? All those in favor? Thank you. There is one presentation tonight. Horse Creek Academy is going to share a brief presentation about the partnership between the Horse Creek Academy teachers and will the representatives from Horse Creek please come forward?
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Sarah Morris, and I serve as the Chief Impact and Communications Officer for Horse Creek Academy here in Aiken, a free public charter school serving students in 4K through 12th grade. Tonight, I briefly want to share about HCA for Aiken, a student-led media and storytelling initiative created through a partnership between Horse Creek Academy and the City of Aiken's For Aiken streaming network. Through this program, students have had the opportunity to interview community leaders, highlight local businesses, restaurants, and organizations, cover events, and tell many stories that make Aiken so special. At Horse Creek Academy, our mission is to serve the whole child through the pillars of flexibility, service, and connection. We often say, and put all over Facebook, we are the village, because we believe students grow best when schools and communities work together. HCA for Aiken became a real example of that philosophy in action. And tonight, I simply want to say thank you. First, thank you to Mayor Teddy Milner, along with City Council, Stuart Biedenbow, and the city's media division for believing in this partnership and for creating opportunities for our students to engage with and learn from their community in meaningful ways. Your support helped open doors for our students that extended far beyond the classroom. I also wanted to give a very special thank you to Mr. Gary Meadows. While this partnership created the opportunity, Mr. Meadows really helped bring it to life for our students. He has served not only as your multimedia supervisor for the city, but truly as a mentor and a friend to our school. He spent countless hours building our students' confidence, growing their skills, encouraging their creativity, and helping them realize that their voices and ideas mattered. He challenged them to think professionally, communicate intentionally, and take pride in the stories they were telling about our city. I also want to recognize our amazing HCA for Aiken teacher lead, Ms. Karen Nelson. Karen's leadership, organization, and passion helped keep this program moving forward behind the scenes every step of the way. And especially, I want to recognize our students who helped launch this program this year and turn this idea into something meaningful for both our school and our community. Malin Lambert, Isabella Masadi, Kruti Patel, and Ellie Rodriguez, who is at the beach right now because school just got out on Friday. So she might be watching us, though. Come on up, girls. These students became the foundation of HCA for Aiken, or as we call them, our Core Four. They took a chance on something new, stepped outside of their comfort zones, and represented HCA and the city with professionalism, creativity, and heart. And perhaps most importantly, through this experience, they felt seen and realized their voices mattered. I want to highlight just a few things with you tonight on the screen of what made this partnership so special. First up, as I've already said, partnership. Two organizations and one mission. I don't know if you've caught some of the things we've done on Facebook and your streaming channel. One of the things the girls have been working on are our community of character pillars. An example right there of courage, and then a picture of the four of them. Ellie, who isn't with us tonight, is in the blue dress. Next is voice. These students have stories to tell. They learned how to ask thoughtful questions, communicate clearly, and grow in confidence. Some of them who may have been a little nervous at the beginning ended up interviewing community leaders on camera by the end. Storytelling. They learned the importance of what it means to tell a story. They highlighted local businesses, organizations, and events, and in the process, they learned that strong communities are built through relationships and shared storytelling. Next is connection, and I think this one represents HCA the very best. Like I said, we often say we are the village, and this specific partnership reminded our students and our campus that the village extends far past our campus walls. The city of Aiken officially became a part of that village. Next, of course, leadership. They learned by leading. They were entrusted with real responsibility that represented both our school and our city with professionalism, creativity, and strong leadership. These are experiences that I know will stay with them long after graduation. We talked a little bit, but this has really given our students in our school a huge opportunity. For many students, opportunities like this really are life-changing. You gave students access to experiences that helped them see new possibilities for themselves and their futures, and now we have a whole plethora of students at HCA that want to be on camera talking about the city of Aiken now too. So tonight, I really just want to say thank you on behalf of HCA and our students. Thank you for investing in our young people. Thank you for believing in student voices. And thank you for helping continue to build a strong village here in Aiken. We're proud to be your partners, and I hope to see you on campus sometime soon. And we have a few little gifts for you as well.
Thank you. We'll all come down and receive our gifts.
We're just gonna, let's just pose right with those pictures behind us. Come on, let's take a picture. Somebody can come on the side of the mayor. Okay. All right, here we go. I should. 1, 2, 3.
They're all in the 8th grade. Yeah.
Thank you, young ladies. You're certainly remarkable. They all interviewed me during the lab dedication, and these are the future Diane Sawyers. Now we open the floor to public comments on non-agenda items. Comments that are limited 3 minutes per speaker and for a total of 30 minutes. Yes, sir. You are first. Tell us your name and address, please.
My name is Tyrone Watson. I live at 819 T Street, Aiken, South Carolina. Now, first, I have 2 questions for you. Who make the decision about what be happening in our neighborhood? Don't get an answer, huh? Second, where do y'all live? Who live in this neighborhood on the south side? North side. I don't get an answer for that either, right? Every time y'all get ready to stick up something, y'all come in our neighborhood, we try to clean our neighborhood up, y'all get paid off or whatever, and y'all come stick it up in our neighborhood. You don't pick up our garbage, we have to clean up our own neighborhood. But every time y'all want to do something, you come stick it in our neighborhood. And we got news for you. The community have talked. The next election, we're going to try to unseat all y'all. Make sure you don't have no jobs. Because you're not doing nothing for us. You go there and you say, well, I want to run for this, and I'm going to do this for you, and I'm going to do this for the neighborhood. But you do it for yourself. You don't do nothing for us. You just tear our neighborhood down. Fast as we clean it up, you'll come up with something else and tear it down. So if you don't start doing right by us, we got 10 people going to be for each one of y'all to research each one of y'all, and every time you go to election, we're going to get together and try to make sure that you don't get elected because you're not doing nothing for us.
Sir, can I ask you what you're referring to as far as putting something in your area?
Pardon me?
Can I ask you what you're referring to when you were saying we putting stuff in your area that you don't want? What are you referring to?
We didn't want that stuff down there on Bennett Street. You have a meeting. Y'all be done already made your mind up when you're talking about to have a meeting.
Sir,
You throw up something, you're going to have a meeting for something,
sir, are you
and you have
referring-
something on the grounds saying that something is being built. You don't say what's going to be built. We
Sir,
say
are you-
every time we go to a meeting, it's just a waste of time. You have your mind already made up.
Are
It's
you
just
referring
it's just a fluke.
Are you referring to the Salvation Army?
No, I'm not referring to y'all.
Okay, no, I mean.
I'm not referring to the Salvation. I'm not referring to y'all. Y'all the one make the decisions, right?
Okay.
Y'all the one. Well, I'm referring to. Okay, you want to put a shelter down there in our neighborhood?
That's not true.
Oh no!
Sir,
Don't
I'm
start
on
lying.
the board. I'm a board
No,
member,
don't
and
start
we
lying to
have
me.
not decided.
Don't start lying to me.
Sir,
now.
I'm not lying.
Don't
I'm a
start-
board member, and I have other board members here, and I don't know where you get the information from.
That's why I'm here.
But we have not made a decision. The Salvation Army owns property across Aiken County. It could be in Graniteville, Clearwater, North Augusta. We hadn't
I
decided where.
tell you what. When your next election, Your next election, we're gonna do all we can to unseat you. How's that?
That's fine.
Your next election, we'll do all we can to unseat you.
That's fine.
All right?
I'm not
You
going
don't
to
do nothing
stop
for
you
us,
from
we're
that.
gonna stop doing for y'all. You don't do nothing for us, we're gonna stop doing for y'all. You don't need to be up there. You're
Thank
gonna
you.
put somebody else up there. Let somebody else mess up for a while.
Quincy.
Can I make a comment, Madam Mayor? Real quick.
Yes, just a minute. Hold your thought, yes.
Yeah. So his point, his frustration, I think is something that needs to be addressed. But we as a city, we are planning to do a better job of communicating that and be sure that people get the accurate information. Because I feel like there's a lot of misleading information that's going around right now that's not true. So we'll do a better job of be sure that people get the accurate information, so that way when they come, they be sure they have all the facts.
Well, no information has been released as far as the Salvation Army's location for the shelter. None. We have not even finished doing our plans for the building, square footage, you name it. We have not. And I have Roscoe Epps, who serves on the board with me, and Roscoe can tell you, we have not made a decision because we are not even finished with our surveys and planning for it.
Thank you, Councilwoman Diggs. Thank you,
right,
Ms.
thank
Gill,
you.
for that. Appreciate that.
Margaret. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Mary Anton, and I reside at 212 Box Elder Drive in Aiken. I volunteer with the Aiken County Homeless Coalition and at St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry, where I'm a caseworker. I want to personally thank you all, Mayor Milner, and the entire City Council for taking the lead in recognizing and supporting the Salvation Army's centralized resource center, to be announced later this year. It takes courage to do what is best for our community when opposition is ever present. In fact, some put personal financial gain over the greater need of our community and those who will be served by the Resource Center. Thank you again. I was able to sit down with Michael Good of the Salvation Army last week, and he shared some information I would like to share with you, the City Council, and the public at large. The makeup of the homeless demographic is changing rapidly. The Salvation Army shelter is seeing more and more families asking for help with housing, a trend that the data survey performed by the Salvation Army last year clearly identified. The growing homeless situation in Aiken is largely fueled by economic factors, and an alarming 46% of households in Aiken are finding it more and more difficult to cover basic household budgets. Of those who end up homeless due to economic conditions today, it is important to note that these are not the very visible chronic homeless who have been unhoused for more than a year or more in our community. This demographic comes from the largely hidden, poorest families that need subsidized housing but are not getting it. Over the past 5 years, the Aiken Housing Authority has reduced the public housing by 66% without a corresponding increase in other subsidized housing to replace it. I want to end on some good news. Let me share with you some recent statistics from the Salvation Army's Life Nav program. In April, 34 out of 38 total previously homeless individuals were placed in sustainable households. Of the 34 of the 34 housed, 15 were women, 10 were children, and 9 were men. Finding homes for the homeless is just part of what will be done at the proposed resource center, presently being planned, with the largest part being homeless prevention, working with all ages in need. I am impressed with the Salvation Army's goal to partner with other nonprofits and government agencies at the resource center for greater success. It will truly be a community effort. Thank you.
Thank you. I will try and get to everyone tonight. Right. Yes, LaShawn. Yeah. But she put her hand up before Becky. Yeah. Yes, please. And if you'll keep your comments short, we can get to everybody in this 30 minutes.
Great afternoon,
Because-
Mayor, to the council and everyone that is here. Everybody exhale a minute. Woo. It's okay. It's okay. I'm LaShawn Ryan's Eyes on Aiken, as you all know. I want to say this. Sometimes it's easy to be misunderstood if there's no conversation. The place of agreement is the place of power. And we are for Salvation Army. We are for changing neighborhoods and people getting better in their lives and getting the resources that they need. That's fact of the matter. We're not against Salvation Army or anybody else. And I want it to be known that all we're looking for, and which is key in anything, whether it's marriage or whether it's job, you got to communicate. You have to communicate because that is crucial. And so we want it to be known that we want to help. We want to benefit. We want to support. We don't want it to seem as though there's tension where there's not tension, okay? And so as a community and as a advocate on the behalf of not just homeless people, but all kind of situations that come up in people's lives, we need each other in order to help people that need help. And so I want us to all understand that when we come together and we meet and we talk about things that are needed, talk about things that should be done, all of those things, then we want to support each other because Aiken is nothing if we turn on each other. Aiken is nothing if it's separated by melanin or by race or by gender. Aiken will be nothing. We're supposed to be the all-American city. Okay, let's come together, let's unify, let's do what needs to be done because there's so many different things that we actually need, both on the south side, north side, west side, east side. And so I want that to echo as the executive director, my partner is here as well. I want that to echo that we want to help, we want to do, we want to be hands and feet that God could use us in whatever capacity that he so chooses. So I want to put that out there because there was some talk and thinking that's not how Eyes on Aiken roll. We never have and we never will. But we will come with truth and we will come letting you know that we want to work together with everyone because always the place of agreement will always be that place of power.
And Sean, I agree with what you said. And all I can say is, when we finish our work and our studies for the Salvation Army, we will make that announcement to the community.
Okay.
We're not trying to keep anybody in the dark about what we're doing. We ain't doing nothing yet. Mm-hmm. We aren't. I've been saying that for months.
Right.
And it still keeps coming up. And even our headquarters were contacted. And Bill Taylor and so many other community people about this same thing when we have not released any information.
You know what, Ms. Gail?
We don't have it.
Here's what causes frustration, okay? When you have a relationship with someone and you can pick up that phone or call them or text them and that person calls you back when it's convenient, then you understand that. But when a person does not call you or does not communicate like they used to, and I know people get busy, but when that happens over a course of time, then what it makes people do, it makes people get nervous.
Okay.
It makes people get nervous. It makes them get antsy. It makes them have the question. And so I'm saying that to you from the aspect of those that are in authority, that do make decisions, and y'all are busy, super duper busy.
I call my constituents back every time they call me.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Yes.
For the record, Miss Price calls us back, we text, whatever. But I'm just saying,
Yep.
it's helpful when you just pick up the phone or send a text and say, hey, nothing has been decided, and we can
Said
go
it.
from there.
I
And so
talked to Teresa.
now that it's on,
times.
now that it's on record today,
It's been on.
I'm letting everybody know who's watching this. There's not been anything in stone about the Salvation Army.
Nothing.
let's table it until they release the information in the latter part of the year, correct?
We will release it
Yes.
to the public, and we never brought anything up.
I got you.
It's not us. We been let it go because we are diligently searching for the right location that's going to be right for everybody. I live on the north side too. I got places I don't want around me, but I can tell you, we keeping all of that. We taking that into consideration, and when we make the decision, it's going to be a good one, and it's going to be the right one, and that's going to be right for everyone.
And you know what else it's gonna be? It's gonna be supported.
Right. Well, thank you, because this is going to be a blessing for this community, because it will offer resources to get them to that next chapter in their life. They ain't gonna be homeless forever. The shelter time is limited. They will have access to jobs, transportation. They will be at education. They'll be able to move on, get out of homelessness. All of us are one paycheck away from poverty and homelessness. A lot of us are. We're trying to fix that. That's all we're trying to do. But we can't tell anybody anything until we find out where we're going to put it, if we're going to have even enough money to put it anywhere. So just pray for us, because we are trying to find it.
Okay.
Something that's going to be beneficial to this community, and we don't want anyone to feel like they're living in fear, because this is not what this is going to be about.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you. Becky is for 3 minutes coming up. Good evening.
My name's Becky Phillips. I was going to dress up, but I figured y'all could tell the attitude I'm in today. When I left 4 months ago, I went to California, and I don't know what happened, but there are so many drugs and bad around here in the past 4 months. I came to y'all 3 years ago, and y'all blessed the police department with more police cars, and men and women. It's time again. And y'all need to work together. Somebody's got to do something with the county where Washington Circle is. Let the county come on this side and Aiken City this side, and bam, you got them. Yeah, they need to go out to Shiloh Heights. All these places, Carlson Park. If you can't walk in the neighborhood at nighttime or in the daytime, the city has a problem. You need to get your glasses off, because it's scary out there. Real scary. I got here last Thursday. My phone has already been stolen from me. I'm walking around not knowing what to do till next Wednesday, till I get my Social Security check. A woman at 65 years old should not have to walk in fear in Aiken, South Carolina, where I graduated from high school. So please, I'm begging you, give Charlie and Aiken some more, please. They can't do it by themselves. It's just rampant in every state. But Aiken is really, really bad. I just left from California, Southern California, and it is worse in Aiken City and Aiken County than it is there. Please help. I'm done with helping the homeless. Y'all got enough there. But it's time to get the drugs, and then you can take care of the homeless. Because once they get off the drugs, they'll want to get better. But if it's there, right at the parks, every park around here, all you got to do is go right there. Any kind of drug. Open your eyes and you'll see. I love Aiken. I came back here, and I was shocked when I came 4 years ago. It got better, and now it's gotten worse. Nothing to do with the police. They're trying their best, but you only got so much power. So I know your budget's coming up on June 30th. I'm going to put some money in it.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council. Kurt Johnson, 111 Stonington Lane, Aiken. I'm actually a new constituent to the city. So I was just wondering if this is how you hold all your meetings like this. I am with Lost Sheep Ministries, as you all know. Tonight, first of all, I want to thank Horse Creek Academy because my granddaughter goes there as well. So that was a great presentation. But tonight, I'm not going to talk about all the bad things. We know all about that. We've got people that are 80 years old living on the street. We've got things like that. We know that. We've got the people here. All I'm asking is, if you have it in your heart, just put a 6-pack of water in your car and hand it out. If you've got problems with people, please give me a call. I mean, we are getting more calls because people are coming out more. My phone number is 505-340-7151. I have it on all the time. Police, sheriffs, they all call. It's on Aiken. Even C4 Impact calls me every once in a while. But anyway, that's all I want to say is just have a little compassion for people. If you don't know how to handle them, if you don't know how to react to people, call me. We're doing pretty good on that. God's got our back, but we've still got that part of the community out there. So just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Good evening, Council. Lex Perry, C4 Impact, 1526 South Boundary Avenue, Southeast. I just want to give you a quick update. We currently have 7 people who've leveled up to our phase 2, which means they're living in a house. We do have another house that's going to be coming open in July, where we'll be on target to level up 3 more people from our on-ramp to the bridge. And then, of course, we have had some very good meetings as well with some other partners in the community where we're looking at the landing piece, which we're looking at to get people in permanent housing. So we'll be having some of those meetings this week. I'm going to be serving in the polls tomorrow, so I won't be as available. I'm a poll clerk, so that's where I'm going to be all day tomorrow. So I'm not ignoring your calls if you call me. That's just kind of stuck there. But C4 is open. We do have the warming station, not the warming station, but the cooling station open. So that's intended to. We extend it beyond that if need be. In July, we will also be adding another washer dryer into the community room so that we can do more laundry. I think since our inception last year, we've been keeping track of it. We've done 1,100 loads of laundry, and we're counting. And I'm not saying that as a pat on the back. We're just letting you know what the need is. That's why we're going to be adding the additional washer and dryer to the site. And also, again, we have had a lot of the calls that you've heard. We have a lot of families. And you know, we are working on that. We're trying to come up with other creative ways where we can house families, just like we're doing with the individuals. And probably more than likely we'll end up starting in a house. The on-ramp is going to end up being in a house because you can't really put families in a studio, obviously. But we do have some property owners that have been answering the call who are willing to work with us so far as the price. I'm just putting it out there. If you do have that property, just know that we will take care of it as if it's our own. We take care of the property. We make sure the groundwork and everything's done. So that's one less thing that the property owner has to worry about. I put cameras on the place to make sure everything's taken care of. We're just saying, let's work together. You're going to get your guaranteed funds that are coming in every single month, and your property is going to be taken care of because the minute we shake hands, it belongs to Christ, and we're going to take care of it as such. So we're looking forward to working with more of you in the community and come up with innovative ways that we can serve those who are unsheltered as we're waiting for, more of the solutions at the Salvation Army. But we need folks that, they need care now. And this is what we're doing now. So please reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Okay? It's at C4. It was at the Greenville Street. And Greenville Street, folks can come there. We'll have water, and you sit in the air conditioning and take care. And of course, we're going to ask you a whole lot of questions so we can get you on your feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuart, do we have our cooling stations open?
During normal park hours, yes.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Good evening.
Good evening, City Councils. Mr. Stewart, I be wanting to call people by their first name, but I'm trying to be good. But I'm Richard Parks. I live at 1376 Hampton Avenue. And it's been a lot of changes in the neighborhood, and I think that's what got some of the residents in this area kind of upset, because just in my house, in front of my house, say a month ago, that was a bad shooting. And 35 bullets was in front of my house. It was 35 bullets on Tennessee. And it's a lot of youth gangs. And I like to praise the city and Chief Parenko and all of them for, trying to make it better. I can see a change. We've had a baby to die, a drug overdose, a gentleman that shot himself in the hand. He was preparing for whatever might come. And my son and I had to drag him across the street in order to treat him. But it's been in a circle. It's been in a circle. And it's been a lot more homeless people. They are not vicious people. They are now they have made a camp between the city and the county. And so, and a lot of them have mental problems. They are not violent people. They are just sick and nowhere to go and no directions. And a lot of these people that's mental like this, they don't listen to anybody. The only thing they listen to is what their mind is telling them. And I think some of them are not responsible. And I think that's what some of these in our area, in the on Hampton Avenue, Washington Circle, and all like this, because they react different to whatever they're doing for that day. But we'd just like to ask that you be vigilant, and the city policemen, they are being vigilant, because these youth, they are kind of out of control. And I feel like a lot of those are because they were raised different than what we were raised in. We didn't have no choices when we were coming up. But these parents are giving these young people a lot of choices. And what they do is when they make these choices, they're standing behind them. And that's the problem too. And I've talked to some of the neighbors and some people down the street to try to get these younger parents to not give, even with my children, to not give these children all the choices that they want to make, lead them in a different direction. But we would like to thank you, and I think that's what a lot of the people are thinking about, things that have happened in the neighborhood right now. They're not angry, but they're afraid of what might happen. Not today, but for tomorrow, the next year. And it's not no race thing, because more I see right there in front of my house, it's a mixture of people. It's a mixture of people of color, race, ages, and gentles. So, but we just have to be vigilant of it, and we would like to thank you, and if y'all could just keep working, Ms. Diggs, Ms. Price,
Thank you.
Mrs. Stewart, Mayor Miller, just keep working at what we would need to do and come up with.
Thank you for your kind remarks.
Ms. Parks,
Yes, ma'am.
here, let me just personally thank you. Over the years, over the decades, I can say that you have opened not only your heart and your compassion, but your doors as well. We know of your experience of feeding the hungry.
I fed 4 yesterday.
Feeding the hungry, providing them water, actually counseling them and listening to them. That takes not only courage, but a lot of compassion.
Well,
and we can't thank you enough. Many comments that I hear are folks that say, I don't want them in my neighborhood. I don't want them anywhere near my property. But you have never closed your doors or your ears or your heart to folks that need your help. And you cannot be, there's not enough to say in terms of just a thank you.
Yeah, one came by the other day and said, Ms. Parks, can you just beat me a little bit? I said, yeah, I'm gonna spank you. And so I said, but let's go out here to the edge of the road, so if the police see me, they'll let you know I'm putting a mama whipping on you. But I'd like to thank y'all, and just, I know it's frustrating for the neighbors in the neighborhood and the people, but some of them, they just can't, if you know their story, they can't help themselves, a lot of them. And we're gonna talk to the county because they've taken over, I know I'm going over now, a street down below me. So we're gonna work with them to try to, the city chief and all of them, gonna see what can they do because they've taken over someone's land.
Well, the other thing about you is that you don't talk about them. You try to see what you can do to help them.
Yeah.
And that is rare when folks belittle these individuals not knowing what they're suffering from. And I see that a lot where people will talk about individuals rather than let's see what we can do to help them.
Well,
Thank you.
And I would like to, I know I'm going over, but in front of the building here, if y'all would put a slow down sign, because people kind of speed through there, and people are going across to pay their water bill or whatever, and people are kind of, if y'all had some signs out there saying the pedestrians slow walk or whatever.
And the other thing, I can't thank you enough. If you have a concern, you know to call me, and you call me, and I appreciate that.
I'm not a radical person,
right,
but I try to do what I can do.
You do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're out of time. I'm so sorry. We must move on to the consent agenda. Mr. Beedenbow, will you please read the titles of the items on the consent agenda?
Thank you. We have 2 items. We received no comments or requests by the appointed deadlines. One is an approval of a resolution accepting deed of dedication for sanitary sewer force main and related equipment and easements on East Frontage Road. And approval of resolution accepting deed of dedication for sanitary sewer lines and related equipment in Stonebridge in the reserve in Woodside. And Councilman Messina reported to me beforehand that he wanted to recuse himself from item number 2. So I'm going to ask the parliamentarian how to handle this.
The easiest way to do it would be to for Councilman Messina to recuse himself from both items, if he's okay with that. And then if not, then we could split them up and take one off of the consent agenda.
Okay. So he's going to recuse himself from both items. So we'll have 5 council members voting on this item, on the consent agenda, Madam Mayor.
And our, Mr. City Manager, our council policy, when a member is recusing themselves from the discussions, they would leave the room while the matter is being considered, and then Ms. Sarah Rideout, the clerk, will hand him a form to fill out to show his conflict of interest. We'll call him back.
Thank you. Is there a motion, please? That would be Councilman Price.
Second.
And Councilman Waldo. There's no comment on the consent agenda, so we will go to our vote. All those in favor? Thank you. It is unanimous. We should call Councilman Messina back. And I was going to say that there is another 30-minute public speaking portion towards the end of the meeting, if anyone would like to do that then. We will now move to approval and discussion of appointees to various city boards, committees, and commissions. Mr. Beedenbow.
Thank you. We have no appointments for consideration this evening, Madam Mayor.
Well, thank you on that. Are there any nominations to consider for our next meeting?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I have 2. The first one is Jermaine Williams. Jermaine lives on President Drive. This is for the Building Code and Appeals Committee. Jermaine is a contractor by trade, and I am recommending him for reappointment to his position. The second one is Angela Key, who serves on the Aiken County who has worked for the Aiken County doing victims assessment with them. She is retired now, and recommending her for reappointment to the Accommodations Tax Commission. And she is on Abbeville Avenue.
Thank you. Someone else?
Yes, Madam Mayor. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I would like to nominate Lance Danko to the Senior Commission.
Anyone else? Okay. The next item under old business is second reading and public hearing of an ordinance to sell property at 15 Given Street to Adams Property Group LLC. Mr. Beedenbow.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is an ordinance entitled an ordinance approving the sale and conveyance of the property owned by the city of Aiken located at 15 Given Street to Adams Property. This is a unimproved lot at the the Vereen's Industrial Park located off of Wyndham Boulevard. The buyer is a current tenant in the park. They would use the property to construct a building that will import, assemble, and distribute construction equipment to companies throughout the U.S. The purchase price of the property is $475,000, which is the average of 2 appraisals received, and council approved this at first reading. It's before you at second reading this evening.
Thank you. Is there a motion to accept this?
Madam Mayor, I so move.
Councilwoman Broll made the motion, and a
I second.
second from Councilwoman Diggs. Any comments from the public? Comments from council? All those in favor? Thank you. It's unanimous. The next item under old business is second reading and public hearing of an ordinance to set the fiscal year 2026-2027 millage rate. Mr. Beedenbow.
Thank you. This is an ordinance to provide for the levy of taxes for ordinary city purposes in the city of Aiken for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2026, set the millage at 60 mills to provide expenditures thereof. This is a budget that does not have a millage increase. We have not increased millage since 1989. It is recommended that we remain keep the millage rate at 60 mills, which was first set in November 2021. We will, since this is a reassessment year, look at the millage again later this calendar year. But we must have a millage rate set in order to have a budget presented. And this is before you at second reading, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
Motion for adoption, Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman Price
Second.
and Councilman Waldo second that motion. Comments from the public? Comments from council? All those in favor? Thank you. Now, same idea. Next item is second reading and public hearing of an ordinance to set the stormwater fee. Mr. Beedenbow.
Thank you. This is an ordinance amending the stormwater management utility fees. We were the first community in South Carolina to have a stormwater fee. It's been around since 1992. It is put on the monthly water bill. We last increased the fee in 2025. We have not done a lot of fee increases since 1992. We did have a rate study that recommended, in order to keep an appropriate level of cash flow for our stormwater rate that will also allow us to do projects, borrow, etc. We were presented this in January 2025, so almost 18 months ago, to get to this $11 fee. Council agreed, wanted to do it in phases over 2 years. Due to the cost of fuel, we are recommending it go to $11.10. I believe the consultant recommended $11, but we are increasing it from $9.09 to $11.10. Most property owners won't see that increase. It will go up from, for most property owners, from $6.82 a month to $8.33, I believe. So this is before council for second reading this evening, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. I need a motion, please, to accept this.
So move, Madam Mayor.
Councilman Waldo made the motion. Second from Councilman Messina. Comments from the public? Comments from our council? All those in favor? Thank you. The final item under old business is second reading and public hearing of an ordinance to adopt the fiscal year 2026-2027 budget. Mr. Biedenbow.
Thank you. This is an ordinance establishing new charges for water and sewer service. We wanted to bring this forward. Again, we had a rate study done. Our water and sewer utility is an enterprise fund, which means that it must pay for itself. We also recognize we have a system that is a very old. It's a mix of very old with the very new, and to maintain it takes a lot of staff time and funding. Also, we are being proactive in maintenance of the system. One of the ways we're being proactive is we are borrowing to construct a new water plant, which is coming up very nicely at the intersection of US 1, Columbia Highway North, and Gun Range Road. And we recommend, based on, again, the rate study, which council asked us to do, an 8% increase. We don't undertake this lightly. An average household, which is someone that does some watering, has children at home, etc., would see an average increase of about $5.51 per month of their water bill. However, we recognize some folks, like a smaller household, which would use about 400 cubic feet of water per month, would see an increase of $3.65. And we have customers that are on fixed incomes, typically folks that are living by themselves. They don't do a lot of watering of their yard. Their bill would go up around $2.75. And this is before council for second reading this evening, Madam Mayor.
Sorry, our budget. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, sorry. I went past it, yes. Once again. New charges for water and sewer service. Is there a motion for this, please?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I so move.
Councilwoman Brohl. Second from Councilman Messina. Any comments from the public? Comments from council? All those in favor? Thank you, it's unanimous. Now, the final item under old business is second reading and public hearing of an ordinance to adopt the fiscal year 2026-2027 budget. Mr. Biedenbow.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is an ordinance adopting a budget proposed by the city manager containing estimates of proposed revenues and expenditures by the city of Aiken for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026 and ending June 30, 2027, and declaring that it shall constitute the budget of the city of Aiken. Again, we are presenting a budget without a millage increase, so, but again, we focused on where we can improve process. Again, we weren't able to, at least with going into this year, this budget year that starts July 1st, add a lot of employees that were asked for. However, we did add 2 employees in our building inspections department, a building official, and a plan reviewer. We are also, it provides funding for software to digitize our permitting and licensing, and we continue to fund depreciation for capital assets outside of fire trucks, which we purchase with CPST funds. We've had a number of budget work sessions since April, and I think we've answered a lot of questions. It takes a lot of work to put this together. I appreciate the work of our staff, and I want to single out Finance Director Kim Brooks for her hard work with that, and her associate Summer Gagnon. And that's all I have as introductory comments. I made a lot of introductory comments at the last meeting. So thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Do we have a motion, please, to adopt our fiscal year 2026-2027 budget?
So move, Madam Mayor.
Councilman Waldo made the motion.
I second.
Councilwoman Diggs, second the motion. Any comments from the public? Comments from council?
Madam Mayor, if I may, just to add on to what Mr. Beedenbow said, I think we've probably had at least maybe 6 meetings and asked lots of questions, got lots of answers, and again, thank all the staff that work on this because you make it easy for us to understand, and we appreciate all your efforts. And again, it means a lot when you have people that you can count on. Thank you all.
Thank you. All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you so much. We now move to new business. The first item is first reading and public hearing of an ordinance to amend the concept plan for 16.21 acres zoned as planned residential PR at Sunday Avenue Northeast and Jake Place Northeast. Mr. Biddenbow.
Thank you. This is an ordinance amending the concept plan for property located at Sunday Avenue Northeast and Jake Place and owned by William Clyburn and the estate of Beverly Clyburn. This applicant is requesting changes to a previously approved concept plan. In June 2025, the applicant did obtain approval for construction of 144 multifamily dwellings in 6 buildings. This new proposal is for 168 units in 7 buildings. The residential density would increase from 8.88 to 10.36 units per acre. This is a PR zoned project, so it does require review by the Planning Commission and approval by City Council. It's a 16.21 acre parcel, undeveloped with extensive tree coverage, and we would look to see 18 one-bedroom, 93 two-bedroom, 51 three-bedroom, and 6 four-bedroom units ranging in size from 840 to 1,375 square feet. The plan does propose 272 parking spaces, which is 20 more than the 1.5 required per unit. And I believe I spoke to the planning director. We spoke in April with you about amending our zoning ordinance for parking, and it still would meet that new guideline that is going to planning in July and will come to council later this year. We have one access point from an improved Jake Place, which is a private road connected to Sunday Avenue, along with a gated or emergency access from Edry Avenue. There's 6.5 acres of open space out of the total of 16.21 acres, which equals the minimum amount. It has recreation improvements, including a dog park, playground, picnic shelter, walking trail, and grassed play field. Comments from our E&U department is all sewer capacity will be subject to approval by the county's Horse Creek Pollution Control Facility, Public Service Authority, and the South Carolina Department of Environmental Services. All water and sanitary sewer infrastructure must conform to DES regulations and City of Aiken standards, and the capacity of existing water and sanitary sewer infrastructure are to be confirmed upon the receipt of the proposed usage and consumption calculations. All those present at the Planning Commission meeting on May 12th unanimously recommended to council that the amended concept plan be approved with the following conditions. First, that a minimum of half of the required open space is improved for passive or active use by residents. Second, that the development complies with the City of Aiken's tree preservation buffer and landscape requirements. Third, that a traffic impact study be provided for review and approval by DOT and the city's traffic consultant, and that the development constructs any traffic mitigating measures that are identified as necessary. Fourth, that a high visibility crosswalk be installed across Sunday Avenue at Kershaw Street Northeast. Fifth, that a revised concept plan listing the conditions of approval be provided within 365 days. And sixth, that the applicant signs an agreement stating the conditions of approval within 365 days. And this is before you for first reading, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there a motion for this?
I got a question, Madam Mayor. So at the Planning Commission meeting, I know they asked what is the percentage of low-income housing for this project. Can we be sure that we get that correct? Because there's been a lot of misinformation on that.
Good afternoon, good evening, sorry. Jen Wilkinson, 1121 Park West Boulevard, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. We did have some miscommunications. Sorry, y'all, I've been sick for a month, and I did not hear he had said, are there vouchers on this property? I did hear him ask if they're low income. These are workforce housings that will have low income tax credits on it. There will not be vouchers on public PBRA, public residential vouchers on this property.
Okay.
I apologize, I did not hear that part of his comment. They're workforce housing, that's correct. So,
A certain percent, 50%
Yep.
median income.
same exact plan, same exact program that we brought to you guys last year that you approved.
Yes.
One concern I have is only that it's not in any of the documents before us. There's no wording that it's going to be workforce housing or affordable housing of that type. I'd like to get that into the ordinance that we're approving, because it's not in the planning board recommendations. It's not in the ordinance before this evening.
Actually, I wanted to add something that you might find of interest. It's on page 255 in your agenda packet. It
Okay.
has the breakdowns in the AMI and the bedrooms and how many units will be focused for, I guess, the different income levels.
Yeah, it's different income levels.
Where's it say, Mari, where's it say
Should
that?
be in page 255.
It's the traffic generation.
What paragraph?
No,
The front page also tells the amount of units and the square footage, so forth as well. 243.
Which page?
254.
243.
243.
243.
oh, okay, it looks
I
like.
don't see anything that
Different
says
printout, must be 254.
workforce housing.
Did I give you? Yeah, 254.
254. 250.
Is that right?
There is on 254 a table which lists all the bedrooms. It's the unit mix table, which describes the gross LIHTC max income or rental, I guess, along with a utility allowance and a net rent column.
Jen, when.
That's fine.
I'm
But I'd like
sorry.
to see it in the ordinance itself. I don't see anything like that.
So couldn't that page just be attached to the ordinance?
Either that or just say somehow we're amending this ordinance that states that this project will be workforce housing in accordance with the table provided on page 253 and 254.
So we could, I guess, tack it on as an additional. Is this part? This table is not part of the concept
No,
plan,
it's
is
not.
it? So we
That's my
could
problem.
put it as like an exhibit B.
Yes.
For the concept plan and reference it in a whereas paragraph.
Mm-hmm. That'll be fine.
And the confusion may have come because there was another development company that that started this, and then Jen's company took it over later on.
Yeah.
But even back then, he referred to it as workforce housing. And that's because, you know, I live almost across the street from where this would be developed. And a lot of people that showed up when the initial developers plan was here, they thought it was Section 8. They thought it was going to be Pacers Run all over again. I lived there too. I know what a problem Pacers Run has been. And I asked for several things which they agreed to. The residents wanted to make sure that the occupants wouldn't be roaming the neighborhood like Pacers Run residents are doing, and being in their yards, in the backyard, just walking through. I asked for a privacy fence around the property, and they agreed to that. But they also added some more amenities. And this is going to be a very good thing for this neighborhood. And I think once I explained to our residents that it's workforce housing, it's not Section 8, this is for working people, and a good example of that, people in that category, teachers, policemen, some of the people who are looking to buy a home, but right now with mortgage rates as high as they are, can't afford it, but want a nice place to live. This is it. They want to stay in that area, and they want a choice. And right now, we don't have anything right there. So,
No, I don't want to be
yes.
Yeah, I just
construed.
wanna tell you
I'm
that
not-
the
I
income-
am in favor of the project, and I just want to make sure that what you're proposing it actually is what we're approving.
The income levels run from 31,000 to 73,000 for this property.
I always like to see it in writing.
Yeah.
Because being around
The
this
only-
development, these types of developments, if it's not in writing,
Right.
you could sell it tomorrow to a developer and they'll build market housing here. So unless it's in a condition of approval, in a whereas.
I would just recommend,
protect
Mr. Beatabo,
ourselves.
that we don't put the rents and all that as part of this ordinance, because
Yep.
those will probably change between now and when we open in 2
Sure.
years. So.
That's fine.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
If I might add to Gail, if you don't mind, one of the things that it presents is mixed income and the diversity that it brings. If you label it one thing, it seems to distract individuals a bit in terms of, well, what is this place and who's going to be there? But if it's mixed income, you tend to have a diverse group that is interested in locating in that area.
Yeah, and the residents are here. I mean, our market study is completely favorable for it.
Exactly.
So we're really impressed with that we were able to raise the rents and raise some additional AMIs. So.
And I like your selection of from 1 bedroom to 4 bedrooms there. That really attracts individuals.
And Madam Mayor, if I may, Councilman Messina is right. It doesn't say it in the ordinance, but on page 263 of their project narrative, it says the proposed development on 16.21 acres located at Sunday and Jake Place will bring 168 high-quality workforce housing homes for individuals and families earning between $30,950 to $69,960 income range. So that defines it, but you're right, it doesn't say
What
it
was
in
that
the
page number?
Pardon?
What was that page number?
263.
Thank
The
That should
first
be a
paragraph.
That should be a whereas.
Yeah, and if that was added, would that take care of it, Counselor?
Yes. What I would suggest to council, pass the ordinance as is on first reading tonight. I will pull that language from the application and the Planning Commission memorandum. I will revise the ordinance and get it to Maria so she can help me get the wording exactly correct. I'll email it to council so y'all can look at it and tweak it, and then we'll have it ready for second reading. We'll also share it with the developers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. That was comments from council, wasn't it? No. Anybody else would like to say something? I need a first. Did we do it? Yeah, we did that already.
I second.
Thank you. So we did, we need to vote on it now. All those in favor? Thank you. It is passed. So we're going to add that,
Yes, and we will, we passed it
Second
as
reading.
written, and we will work on an amendment to the ordinance to have an additional whereas referencing Exhibit B that notes it's
For the second
LIHTC, and circulated amongst council, the developer, and planning.
okay. Now we have the next item, which is new business and first reading and public hearing of an ordinance to rezone 10 acres Gregg Highway and Loki Drive to planned residential and approve a concept plan.
Thing for the next development.
Thank you. This is an ordinance to rezone property located at Gregg Highway and Loki Drive from O office to PR plan residential and approve the proposed concept plan. The applicant is requesting the zoning of the property, and it is a 39-unit multifamily development with 2 optional plans, a Concept A and a Concept B, with 1 3-story 39-unit building as a Concept A or 3 2-story buildings Concept B with 11, 12, and 16 units. Both options have a clubhouse, picnic shelter, playground, and pond for stormwater. And it is like the previous one in the PR zone, which requires a concept plan to be reviewed by Planning Commission and approved by City Council. It is currently undeveloped and extensively wooded. The 2 options both calculate to a density of about 3.9 units per acre, which is well below the planned residential zoning of 12 units per acre that's allowed. And all units will either be in the 1 3-story unit or the 3 2-story units. Both optional plans include 6 one-bedroom suites, 17 two-bedroom units, and 16 three-bedroom units, 69 parking spaces, which is 10 more than the 1.5 spaces per unit required by the zoning ordinance, and it will also have 5 more spaces than required by the housing authority. Similarly, this is, I think, would meet with the amended parking ordinance that we discussed at an April work session. The concept plan does denote 65% open space for the 1 building plan, 58% for the 3-bedroom plan. Proposed recreation space improvements include a picnic shelter, playground, and clubhouse. Has a monument entrance sign, which are denoted on the concept plan. It will generate approximately 27 maximum peak hour trips, so it won't require a traffic impact analysis. Those present at the Planning Commission's May 12th meeting unanimously recommended approval with the following conditions. First, the development receives encroachment permits from DOT for the proposed entrances. Second, that the development complies with our tree preservation, buffer, and landscape requirements. Third, that a minimum of half of the required open space is improved for passive or active use by the residents. Fourth, that the applicant submits a revised concept plan stating the conditions of approval. And fifth, that the applicant signs an agreement stating the conditions of approval. And this is before you for first reading.
Thank you. May I have a motion, please, for this?
Motion made, Madam Mayor, for adoption, please.
Councilwoman Price,
I second.
Councilwoman Diggs, second this motion. Comments from the public? Comments from council?
Madam Mayor, I have the same exact
Same thing.
comment. It appears, this is, Maria could let us know, that it says the proposed development, this is on page 288, the proposed development is a 39-unit multifamily development to be funded under South Carolina Small Rental Development Rental Program. But it doesn't say it anywhere else that this is going to be
Workforce.
a workforce or somehow income qualified project. So I'd like to see that in here somewhere. Same as last one.
So we could do a similar paragraph, whereas that references an Exhibit B, which notes that, again, similar language like we discussed at the prior item.
And also, the planning commission, there's two options. The planning commission recommended the
B.
number B with the 3 buildings, and I would concur with that. Smaller footprint, and I think it looked a lot nicer.
So just like the before, we will vote on this as it is and amend it for the second reading, or add.
Madam Mayor, if I may, they did vote unanimously for concept B, which is the 3 two-story. And if I remember correctly, their thinking was the 3 two-story buildings would not have as large a visual impact as 1 3-story building.
Yeah.
And they wanted it to blend into the neighborhood. That's what I remember.
And I think you can put some trees around it and kind of hide the building, hide a 2-story building, but you're not going to hide a 3-story building.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, another question, this doesn't take up a lot of the property. Is this a phase project, or is this it?
Well, it's 39 units. You may want to ask the developer. He's here, but it should be phased for 39 units.
Bring him up.
Good evening. My name is Chris Widner. I'm at 3768 Citation Way, Unit 1135, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It is just, this program is similar to the tax credit program, but it's a little bit, it's only been around for 8 years. It's called the Small Rental Development Program, and it kind of addresses, it does address the 50 and 60% that the tax credit, but it also opens up the band a little bit and does 30% and 80%. So right now, we're looking at a small development, 39 units. We're looking at probably 10% being 1-bedrooms. We're still waiting on the market data, and then that'll kind of determine how many 30%, 50s, 60s, and 80s we will have. So you have a bigger, larger band. And this program is kind of to help expand the band a little bit more on the affordability. And I apologize, Ms. Price, I know this is your district. I've had a hard time with it, but I will communicate with you. So, yes, and I did want to make sure that council was aware that Planning Commission did approve the 3 two-story buildings.
Right.
Which, and I understand that the integration into that area, I think they kind of felt that the 3-story would be kind of a little bit of a massing issue. So that's fine.
Okay.
We do not plan on, this would be a 1-phase. It takes up probably roughly, there's about 5.5 acres of buffer. One issue came up was also the fencing, and we will gladly fence it. I know there's been some issues with a homeless camp that's there. I had some people that did environmental studies and saw the camp. There really wasn't anybody there, but there was stuff there. So I've made the owners aware of it. We could try and work with them on that. I don't own the property yet, so we're only doing what we're permitted to do on the testings. So
Okay,
I can answer any other questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments from our council? Okay. All those in favor? Thank you. Unanimous. Now we have first reading and public hearing of an ordinance to annex 2910 Catawba Street and zone it residential single family, RS15. Mr. Beaton.
Thank you. This is property that's approximately 2,100ths of an acre, located off of Richland Avenue West in the Central Park neighborhood. Those present at the Planning Commission unanimously recommend it be annexed and zoned residential single-family RS15. Is before you for first reading.
Thank you. Is there a motion for this, please?
So moved, Madam Mayor.
Councilman Waldo. And a second I need, please. Second from Councilwoman Diggs. Comments from the public? Comments from council? All those in favor? Thank you. Now we have first reading and public hearing of an ordinance authorizing the city of Aiken to waive its right of first refusal for Lot 14 Ventures Industrial Park. Mr. Beedenbow.
Thank you. This is an ordinance authorizing the city of Aiken to waive its right of first refusal in property owned by Ashbury Landing LLC located in Ventures Industrial Park. This is the park south of the regional airport. As part of covenants and restrictions, the city must waive its right to repurchase any lots sold by current property owners. In 2014, the city last waived rights to repurchase this lot when Ashbury Landing had a sales contract to purchase the lot from Piedmont Coca-Cola Bottling Partnership. This would be just approximately 4.04 acres of the 10.49 acre tract to Bullfrog Venture LLC for a warehouse and distribution center. And we just need to waive the right of first refusal for this potential purchase, Madam Mayor and Council.
Thank you. Can we have a motion to waive?
Madam Mayor, I so move.
Councilwoman Broll
Second.
and Councilman Waldo second the motion. Any comments from council, the public? Comments from council?
Madam Mayor, the question has been asked of me, what kind of warehouse would this be?
We have the realtor for this project here.
Mr. Barber, how are you?
Good evening. I wasn't expecting to do this, but Pat Barber. I live at 334 Walker Avenue in Aiken. I am representing the buyers. What I can tell you is they're looking at constructing about a 10 to 15,000 square foot facility that will be used for a distribution and warehouse for their business. Now, I can't tell you exactly what their business is. It has something to do with resin products that they bring in and distribute, apparently up and down I-20, because they wanted to be close to I-20. Was very important for them. They won't be manufacturing anything, won't be any
No data
noise or fumes or anything like that. I'm sorry?
No data centers.
No.
Yeah, we did ask about utility impact, and it will be just minimal with probably restroom facilities for employees and sink, just
They're looking at
sinking.
about 12 employees and 2 or 3 restrooms maybe for them, and possibly a kitchen break room type facility. That's it, just normal restroom space. Okay,
Does that answer your question?
thank you.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? All those in favor? Thank you. The next item is first reading and public hearing of an ordinance approving certain economic development incentives for Parker Aiken LLC. Mr. Beedenbow.
Thank you. This is an ordinance authorizing certain economic development incentives pursuant to ordinance number 80132018 of the City of Aiken Code of Ordinances for a project developed by Parker Aiken LLC, approving an economic development inducement and incentive agreement and other matters thereto. This is the almost 30-acre parcel development of apartments at Gregg Highway and Robert M. Bell Parkway. The developer's total investment was $59 million. The applicant is asking consideration to be included in our agreement for reimbursement of fees as outlined in the amount equal to 50% of the city fees paid by the developer, not to exceed $115,000. And this is before council for consideration this evening.
Thank you. Is there a motion to accept this?
So moved, Madam Mayor.
Councilman Waldo?
I'll
made the
second,
motion.
Madam Mayor.
Second from Councilwoman Broll. Comments from the public? Comments from council?
Yeah, Ms. Mayor, for Stewart, my first question is why? I mean, we have city impact fees as an income source for the city. Here we are giving the impact fees back.
Yes, we set up in 2018 this program, and I know we've had conversations that maybe it's time to sunset the program. It is still an active program. I know our a former economic development personnel for the city had started talking to this person when the project started several years ago, and again, they are eligible for it based on our ordinance. But yes, this ordinance was put in 8 years ago with the expectation that it was needed, and it's probably that was pre-COVID. This ordinance has probably run its course.
Yeah. Now, have this apartment been approved already? The 336.
I believe it's already been constructed and is open.
Constructed.
Is that
Isn't it?
4 buildings left to construct, but it's to get CO'd. Okay. Thank you.
I could see it as an economic incentive to get someone to come in and build something. No, but if it's already built,
It's 80% built. Is that not correct?
so
It is about 80% built, I understand.
yeah. I'm sorry, they paid already?
Fees.
All right, so
They have
One is
paid. So and typically how this program works is they pay up front and get rebated on the back end after COs are issued.
And there have been COs already issued, correct? Did I read that?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And note that we will work on,
Yeah, if it's a true economic incentive to get someone into Aiken to build something, I could see it. But if it's
Yeah, my thought about this is I think, back when it was proposed, there was members of council at that time that were interested in this. But now if there is a galvanizing enough project or a one that strikes a chord, that's when you could do a development agreement and hammer out on a case-by-case basis unique factors maybe that a project brings. That's why I think this ordinance has perhaps run its course. I know we don't really, in a lot of cases, offer that up. This up as an option now. Again, this was a holdover from some years ago when the project was first proposed. I know it was proposed, oh goodness, early COVID, and it took a while because of issues with sewer capacity, and it was kind of caught up in that sewer audit that the county had to do out at the PSA. So it's taken a while to kind of get rolling. So it is somewhat, again, it was slow to get moving. So again, your point's well taken about the ordinance.
and do we know how many more people are in line for this?
In terms of ones that need to come to city council for approval, I'm not aware if there are any in the queue. There are? Okay. And I mean, maybe we look at putting a sunset that, anything that doesn't come by a certain day, we could, honor the ones based on the good faith ordinance, but look to try to get it sunset as soon as practical.
good, thank you.
Okay.
But this one, we have an agreement with, and they've paid their fees, so
That is correct.
Need to-
Yeah, I would say moving, perhaps if we want moving forward, we look to just unofficially take it off the table, but work to get the ordinance repealed.
Thank you.
Okay. If there are no more comments from council, I will ask for the vote, please. All those in favor? Thank you. It's unanimous, passed. The final item under new business this evening is first reading of an ordinance to adjust the 2025-2026 budget for emergency roof replacement on the Park Operations Center. Mr. Beedenbill.
Thank you. We do have our Park Operations Center on Banks Mill needs roof replacement. We need to do a budget ordinance. We're working on getting an appropriate number. We've gotten two divergent numbers. The high end is put in the budget ordinance, but that number will get, I believe, a little bit adjusted because, again, we've gotten divergent quotes. But this is first reading of this needed budget adjustment for roof replacement.
Okay, is there a motion, please, to,
So moved.
Councilwoman
Mayor.
Price?
I second, Madam Mayor.
And Councilwoman Broll second the motion. Comments from the public? Comments from council? All those in favor? Thank you, it's unanimous. We now have petitions and requests. We have 5 this evening, and the first is a request from the Aiken Chamber of Commerce for use of Park Avenue Parkways for Aiken's Macon in September, I guess.
Yes, the 50th edition of Aiken's Macon. They are requesting, as in past years, to close the westbound lane of Park from Chesterfield to Union just before the railroad tracks. They plan to continue the recommendation from Public Safety that they expand their presence in the Parkway green space and allow them to close the center left lanes on the east and westbound lanes earlier in the day to allow early vendor load in. They will continue to use the paved street on the west side of Park Avenue. The entire westbound side and half of the eastbound side will continue to remain closed to motor vehicle traffic. The event is scheduled Friday and Saturday, September 11th and 12th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday and 9 to 5 on Saturday. And this is before council for consideration, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Can I get a motion, please, from one of my council members?
I so move.
Councilwoman Diggs?
And I'll second, Madam Mayor.
Second from Councilwoman Broll. Any comments from the public? Comments from council? Get your phones ready. All those in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. Next is approval of a resolution to purchase property on Anderson Pond Road. Mr. Beedenbow.
Thank you. This is part of our continued upgrades and improvement to our water system. And one of them is above ground water storage facilities. This is one of potentially down the road 3. We are looking at approximately 4.95 acres off of Anderson Pond Road to acquire the property with an acquisition cost of $138,000, which includes a per acre cost of $25,000 and other acquisition and closing costs. It is located near the area approved by council for inclusion in the water district. It will allow that potential tank, above ground storage tank, to serve capable of serving existing trunk lines along Silver Bluff near Beaver Creek and Steeplechase Road within Woodside. These lines are planned to be interconnected through an upcoming project which will continue to improve capacity and reliability. And staff requests authorization to proceed with the purchase and sale agreement. A survey will be prepared if council approves the resolution with a closing before September 4th, 2026.
Is there a motion to approve this resolution? Councilman Messina?
Second.
And second from Councilman Waldo. Any comments from the public? Comments from council?
This is something that we really need to do. We've
Very
talked about
exciting.
it, so I'm very much for this.
This will be number 4. Is that right?
For, above ground water tanks, I think it will be our 4th, won't it? Well, the ones that are very tall. 5, okay.
Okay.
The question, Madam Mayor, that I've been asked with this is going to improve the current capacity, but are we trying to plan for additional growth on that side as well?
Well, I mean, certainly when you have additional capacity, it does set you up for additional growth. And I know that is a criticism in the past where when it comes to growth that there's no planning, so we are planning.
Okay.
Mr. I guess
And doesn't
I
it,
could say that property is almost all county. county price, Anderson Pond Road, which is
Right.
95% county.
Which,
and it's- and it's-
which will eventually be annexed. That's the way the,
Yeah.
Pretty far.
It's owned though, large lot, there are equestrian lots
And
out there.
Yep, and it's on the western edge of our water district.
Right.
I guess on the other side of Anderson Pond Road is Beach Islands Water and Sewer District. So,
The southern,
yep.
and a lot of it's built out.
Doesn't it help with sediment too? That,
Yes, the more water you can have in
Oh.
the
May help the pressure.
yes. He's coming forward to talk about his water.
reluctantly.
the water man.
Thank you, Thomas. This is what I,
Yes.
sir.
What this will do, we're about to do the next one, take the, receive the grant, but it'll loop our system. It's gonna be a storage. It's not really for capacity as much as leveling out our system. So ultimately, in 2 to 3 years, we'll have a new zone on that side, which will lower the water pressures on the south side and provide better reliability for the system as a whole. So that'll put 750,000 in the air. As Stuart mentioned, there's a second one that we're looking at on the east side. And the more we have in the air, the more it stabilizes our systems. We have emergency situations. It'll take care of fire and all those things. So it's a holistic approach to modernizing our system.
It's planning for the future. That's what
Yeah,
we're doing.
it's really modernizing. It's not about adding capacity. Could it breed that? It could, but it's not the intent.
Yeah. Thank you for the reply.
Thomas, you're saying
Thank you.
750,000 gallons?
That's what we're looking at right now.
3/4 million.
That turns over at about 220 hours. So you want to be right around, really want to be around 140, 150. But as we tighten the model down, it may need to be 600.
Right.
But
Well, Thomas, this one and the next item are sort of like what you all have been doing in engineering to make our system better, correct? As far as the water and the sewer and.
yes, ma'am. So that'll kind of close that loop on that south end and provide a whole connection. So right now it ends, as Stuart said, on Silver Bluff, and then the south end of Woodside, it's kind of a dead end as well. So it'll all be interconnected. So if there is ever a problem,
Right.
we're fitting for 2 different ways.
And with that new connection on Steeplechase, that loops it nicely.
Yep.
You close the loop.
Always want water looped.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions?
thank you very much. Any more questions, comments? All those in favor? Thank you. It's unanimous. Our third item is approval of acceptance of a grant from the South Carolina Rural Infrastructure Authority for the Wyndham Sewer Improvement Project.
Yes, the next two items, we receive grants, which means we don't pay them back. You have to use them for the intended project. We're matching with CPST for money in both cases. The first one is this Wyndham Sewer Improvement Project, which will allow for the construction of a new 18-inch gravity sewer trunk line installed parallel to an existing 12-inch sewer trunk line between Wyndham Boulevard and our north side sewer discharge connection. And the grant timeline runs from May 26 to May 2028. And this is for council approval this evening.
Thank you. Is there a motion for this, please?
I so move, Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman Brohl, happily.
Second, Madam Mayor.
And a second from Councilwoman Price.
Price.
The comments from the public? Comments from council or questions? All those in favor? Thank you. Next is approval of acceptance of another grant from the South Carolina Rural Infrastructure Authority for the Anderson Pond Water Line Extension, Mr. Beaver.
And this is similar to what Thomas was just describing. Same program. Again, we got $1,500,000 with a 20% city match coming from CPST4. It is a grant, not a loan. And the timeline is May 26 to May 2028 to allow system resiliency.
Thank you. Another motion, please, for this?
So moved, Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman Price,
I'll second, Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman Brohl, second the motion. Comments from the public? Comments from council?
Just gotta love the grants. Never turn down a grant.
No paying back. All those in favor? Thank you. Lastly, is approval of a resolution certifying properties located at 104 to 110 Lawrence Street, 235 Richland Avenue, 201 to 213 Richland Avenue, 112 B Lane, and 113 Newberry Street as abandoned building sites. Mr. Beaver.
Thank you. This is part of our project for the hotel Aiken and surrounding properties. We have to approve a resolution to certify the structures are abandoned. It creates an incentive for rehabilitation, renovation, and redevelopment of abandoned buildings in South Carolina. It also provides that a taxpayer who rehabilitates an abandoned building is eligible for a credit against certain income taxes. The abandoned building is a structure or building which may be delineated from other buildings or structures at least 66% of the space in which has been closed continuously to business or otherwise non-operational for income-producing purposes for a period of at least 5 years immediately preceding the date on which a taxpayer files a notice of intent to rehabilitate. For purposes of this item, a building or a structure that otherwise qualified as an abandoned building may be subdivided into separate units or parcels, which units or parcels may be owned by the same taxpayer or different taxpayers, and each unit or parcel is deemed to be an abandoned building site for purposes of determining whether each subdivided parcel is considered to be abandoned. The tax credit attorney, Robert Lewis, has identified that the buildings proposed for redevelopment can be broken into 20 abandoned building units according to this definition I just read. Pending approval of this resolution, the developers and their attorney will file notice of intent to rehabilitate the buildings with the South Carolina Department of Revenue, and it's before you this evening.
Thank you. Do I have a motion for approval of this resolution?
So moved, Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman Price?
Second.
And Councilman second from Councilman Waldo. Comments from the public? Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. Good evening, council person. So myself, Alok Kumar Akshay, I live at 355 Rubies Drive. I like to get your attention. So we show the 213 Richland Avenue, it's abandoned, but it's a functioning restaurant. I have the restaurant named Taj Aiken. So I am running restaurant there. I paid the rent there, but I don't know how the information you got it. That's abandoned. No, this is wrong information. Also, the Warneke Cleaners is operational. You can go there and you can check that's the operational there. So that's the wrong information you're having. And also, I like to get your attention that I'm coming from here like 4 years, that I'm treated differently from the other people. So I signed the lease in front of you and in front of Mr. Stewart, but that never completed. And after that, 2 years, I got the word, sorry, I cannot help you, something like that. But that's not enough. I feel I get treated differently. Maybe I don't know the reason. What is the reason behind that? So I got threatened by the people of the selling agent. He told me not to come to the city meeting, not to do anything. He's gonna hurt me. He's not gonna help me. Then last time we had the Mr. Tim. He threatened me to sign the lease, and I have the all proof that I can show you. So he did that. Last 4 years, I'm getting the promises from the city people. Hey, we're gonna do for you something. We're gonna help you to build this restaurant. We're gonna sit you with the developer, but it's never happened. So, and also I got the threaten not to go to the not to go to the attorney or anything. If I go to the attorney, this thing will be stopped. So I don't want to mention anyone's name, something. So I went to the lawyer. Okay, I already sent the letters to you, ma'am, and for the Mr. Stewart also. So I like to give that letter copy to the all council person so they can all read. And I'm just looking for something fair justice, not to like other people. They got the lease, they got everything, but not me. So I just want to ask you why I'm getting treated differently.
What is the address? I didn't catch the address.
Well, if you look on page 406 of the packet, it plainly states that his business is not abandoned, so I want to clear that misconception up. I also want to clear up that the speaker is getting all of his rent back when he moves. That is unprecedented. I've asked so many property tenants and building owners who lease property. Have you ever heard of a landlord giving all of the rent back from the time the building was acquired by us? So from December 2021 to whenever he vacates, he will, upon vacating, receive all of his rent back. That is just not done. If you want to go out of business, you do that. We're not a business, and I think this demonstrates why we shouldn't, in the future, get into real estate. He's getting all of his rent back once he vacates. That is unprecedented, period.
So the also thing, we have the business is a boutique business, so they get the rent 3 times extra money. I have the records from the city, so they pay more than 3 times. So and the renovation fees and other fees also. So why I'm getting treated differently? That's what I'm saying.
You are getting treated differently. You're getting all of your rent back when you move. That is unprecedented. I see someone out here that owns commercial property or has owned commercial property in the past. Has anyone ever heard of that being done? Thank you.
But from the same parcel, you give lease to the 2 people, 2 businesses, but not me, and the same property.
You are getting all of your rent back, as is Warnke Cleaners. The other businesses you speak of are not getting their rent back.
Yeah, but they got their lease, they got their lease, they are there on their...
And they're not getting their rent back. You're getting your rent back when you vacate.
Okay.
They are not.
Okay, so I like to give to the males,
I do want to emphasize again how unprecedented this is by a landlord to give a tenant all of their rent back. That is just not done, period. And frankly, we shouldn't have done it because it doesn't make good business sense, but we are going to honor that, and we are going to give him all of his rent back from December 2021 through whenever he vacates.
So when I moved to the 2020, at that location, I spent $90,000. You can ask to the Shahs. I did everything there. Shah, just give me the walls. That's all they give me. So I put there, but my problem was I trusted their words, and that thing never happened, and I end up in this situation. So I'm just asking for the fair thing with me. That's all.
And I think giving all of your rent back is extremely fair.
Madam Mayor, if I may. Yes. Stuart and I both have been aware of this letter from Attorney Lauren Martell. I'm in the process of drafting a response to that letter. At this point, I would encourage council and staff to not further discuss this matter until that letter goes to Ms. Martell. Thank you.
No, I don't want to discuss that later. But the thing is, I saw today, I was not coming here. I don't wanted to come. I never came here in the meeting because someone told me, hey, do not come to the meeting. I said, that's fine. I don't want to come. I want this project to be done so it will be help for the downtown. More people will become, we can bloom our businesses. But then I saw the 213 Richland Avenue is abandoned. So that's why I just came to say, that's not abandoned. It's wrong there.
Yes, and it is noted in the agenda packet that it is not abandoned. It plainly says, not abandoned, Indian Restaurant, 213 Richland Avenue.
Okay, but I didn't see that there. That's why I came. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other, would you all like to make any comments, questions? Okay. All those in favor? Thank you. We'll move on to the public comment section on non-agenda items. We have this now for 3 minutes per speaker and for a total of 30 minutes. Good evening, Miss Barbara.
Stewart and Council. I just need clarification. I'm not exactly sure how to articulate my question, but about a week ago, at my home in particular, my water was brown, and Gail and I talked about this, Ms. Diggs and I talked about this, and it came from the best way I can describe it, like a runoff from what's the construction site on Wire Road. So it's now cleared up. Okay, it has cleared up. But my question, Stuart, is the Sugar Creek area going to get flushing? I think the right word is flushing, like Crosland Park, I believe, because there are old and new pipes in a lot of the homes in the area. And even though my home has all new pipes, we may still get some of that. So I was just wondering, am I asking the right question? Because I know it was mentioned about the old and new pipes, and I know it's been mentioned in the past about Flushing and Crosland Park in particular, as well as, and I'm not sure about what this would mean, the new water storage systems. I'm not saying that there's any plan for the north side, but if there were, would that help in power and the power pressure, and would that help sometimes in what might need to be flushed out of old pipes on the north side? Does that make sense? Did that make sense at all? I wasn't quite sure if it did. Oh, I'm finished. Yeah, come on.
Is it okay if I respond?
Yeah.
So quickly, yes, there is a plan to flush, unidirectional flushing. Just we're doing updates now. Right now, they're doing the valve turning program on the east side, or I'm sorry, the west side and part of the area that she's describing. So they're going through and actually checking all our valves so we can develop our UDF program for that west side, and on the east side we'll follow after that, which will include everything on the Rudy Mason side. So that is coming. We did have the construction related to Wire Road. They did not hit our line, but they definitely disturbed our line. It caused some that we were able to identify quickly and get flushed out on that east side. That was for the sheriff's office. So that was, I think, the two main things that you had. So we're continuing to make progress. Anything else?
Does that answer your question? Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas. Anyone else? Do you have any items this evening, Mr. Beedenbow?
I just want to thank everybody who made the ribbon cutting for the Tom Young Center for Research and Innovation possible. It went off very well, and it was a community event that I think was unanimously appreciated. So that was very gratifying.
Indeed. Do I have a motion, please, to adjourn our meeting?
I second.
Councilman Messina, and that was a second from Councilwoman Diggs. Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.